start my vlog today showing you that I took the donations down. So they are gone to the thrift store, so we're ready to go, ready to take on another day. So again, like I left with my last video, the first place I'm starting in is the closet. And in fact, while I'm here, I'm going to get rid of the infamous shoes of my husband's, because I feel like this is leading into the closet. He stumbles on these every day now, so I think it's getting on his last nerves that he will finally tell me which ones he wants and which ones he don't. So they're going today. They will be gone once and for all. So those of you that have watched my channel several times, you saw these before. They've been in a basket. They've been everywhere around the room and everything. So they are leaving today. All right, and here we are. Again, just like I showed you yesterday, shelves and shelves and shelves and floor of stuff that you can't even see the floor. Everything. You can see the floor right here because this is the trail to get to your clothes. But other than that, it's all floor, 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 floor. Sorry, I had my finger in the picture. And then clothes all the way down for mine. Clothes all the way down for my husband, which he actually told me I can get rid of all of his dress shirts because they don't fit him anymore. Then shelf full of stuff and shelf full of stuff. So there you go. And even the the door has stuff hanging on it. I mean, it has been crazy how much we let this closet go. So, and of course, our main goal is to get this little present here that we got for Xander in the closet so Xander doesn't see it. So until then, we've been locking our bedroom door so he can't come in anytime that we go in here, because a lot of times when we come in here, he follows us. So we've had to do that all weekend, and the goal was to get it into the closet by the end of the weekend. So I know it's going to take up some of the closet space over here, which is probably where I'm going to start, because I have a feeling that's where I'm going to end up putting it, because honestly, where else can you put it in the closet except for there? So, and that's where we mainly keep the Christmas presents as we buy them through the year. So, or not through the year, but through the weeks leading up to Christmas, rather. All right, so I'm going to get started. I'll try to keep time on how long this takes, because I know some of y'all that have followed some of my other series are curious in the amount of time it takes to do things and things like that. So I'll keep track of the time, and of course I'll keep track of how many items end up being tax deductible that we end up writing off. Also, when I'm going through this, some of these things are going to be sellable on eBay. So I'll also give you an idea of what I'm going to sell on eBay. Also, in case you're curious about the eBay thing and selling on eBay and things like that, I did start a channel. It's only got one video on it right now, but I do plan on doing more to that channel after I'm done decluttering the house. And that channel is called Cajun Thrifts. So if you're curious in anything eBay, I will be putting information on that channel here in the next coming months. But I got to get through December 1st, mainly because I spent the weeks leading up until December trying to sell things on eBay to get the money together for Christmas. I do that every year, so that way we're not stressed about the money for Christmas and things like that, and we hit our goal already for the Christmas season. So I'm technically done with eBay. If anything sells here on, then that's just gravy. It'll go towards any presents we might have forgotten that come along the way and things like that. But for the most part, we're squared away for Christmas. So I am taking a little break from eBay, except for, you know, I did list my mother-in-law's clothing. I just got to take measurements of and pictures, so I will probably still list those. But other than that, I don't plan on listing anything much through the end of December anyway, because this is my primary focus. Anyway, that was a lot of information, probably more than you needed to know. I'm going to get started over in this area here, because I figured it's best to just start in the area that as soon as you walk in the door, you hit. So, and that would be this bookshelf here on back. So we're going to do that first. Plus it allows me to clear off some of these bookshelves here, which will allow for spaces to put some other things. So doing that, wanted to show you my staging area that I'm going to have. So I'm staging everything that I'm going to get rid of in the bathroom. I'm going to put a sheet down so that way everything stays clean. I'm going to put a bed sheet down that I have in my decluttering kit from, or my organizational kit from Alejandro's Power of Productivity program that I also took. If you're interested in that, that's also on her website. Basically using the same link that I put in my last video, you can go to that as well. I highly recommend that one, but if you're still in the process of decluttering, I recommend doing Simplicity first. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to set the sheet down here, and then if I have any overflow, then I'm going to put that up here on the bed. So I'm just going to make the bed real quick so I have 2 staging areas, and then heck, if I have overflow, I do still have this area here which hasn't been cleared before, so I have some floor area here as well to put things. So I have more than enough room, so I'm just going to go through the closet and start throwing things out that I'm not keeping, and anything that I am keeping is going to stay in the closet. So again, I'll let you know how long it takes. I'll let you know how much I end up getting rid of and all of those things, how much I end up selling, all of that when I'm done. But first, I got to get started, so let me go. I'll talk to you all in a little bit. All right, so it's been roughly an hour, so I wanted to give y'all an update. Right now I'm going through this box that I found old craft paper in. And I realized that I went through my craft supplies in my office whenever I was doing the Fly Lady series, and there's still more craft supplies to go through. So I know it's mainly papers, but I still got to go through them nonetheless and decide what to keep and what to get rid of. But look, I have some floor now. Look at that. So that's amazing. That big old box of cords that's been the bane of my existence for like the longest, because my husband likes to keep cords in the off chance that he may need that cord one day. So we went through them and actually decided what we were going to keep, and that box ended up being half full. So we got rid of half of the cords. So, and the rest of that box is actually going out to his shed, so it's going to stay out of my closet. And look, okay, it's kind of hard to see because it's kind of dark in here. There's floor there as well. And I went through my wrapping paper. I was a big girl and went through it instead of just putting it off to the side. And I have just the wrapping paper and bags and tissue that is good quality enough to get through Christmas this year. So I actually don't have to buy any Christmas wrapping paper this year at all. It should be still enough to get through all of this year, which is exciting. So that's good. Out of that brown bookcase, that's all I kept. It's kind of crazy. So just this, by the way. I'll do a close up. Just this. So that is it. So, so we're making some progress. It's been an hour. Let me show you my donate pile so far. Is all of this. Doesn't look like a lot, but it's kind of stacked. So there we go. Plus the bookshelf, because we're getting rid of that. Don't forget about that. So for my sale box is all of these things. So some of the cords from the box. Plus this was a Janeberry heater from whenever I sold Janeberry. A big mistake. And I've got some like peripherals and things to sell on eBay. These I'll still check the price because it's a lot of different cords that I don't know all the things for them, so I'll have to sit down and do that. But my husband thinks that all of these will actually sell. Even though some of it's really old stuff, they don't make the old stuff anymore, and so some people need to find them on eBay. So I'll be doing that as well. So anyway, that's where we're at so far. Oh, and this was my daughter's instrument that she played back in high school. She's already graduated. She doesn't even play in the band anymore. She actually stopped playing her junior year. She stopped playing. So we need to find a place to sell this at. It may be eBay. We're not really sure. We're still not sure about the price of it because it is kind of custom made and that kind of thing. So we'll have to see. But I have it in my sell pile, so hopefully I'll actually sell this time. And then so far, here's my trash. So I also had my bathroom trash that I went ahead and threw that in anyway yesterday whenever I was done with everything because it needed to be emptied. It was overflowing. But I have some gift bags that were like too wrinkled, some tissue paper that was too much that we couldn't reuse it. So I threw those away. But I also have some gift bags that I'm also donating. So I didn't get rid of all of them down the trash, but there you go. So, all right. And then also I had a couple of things that I had bought to sell on eBay, but they ended up being broken. And so, the thrift store that I donate to says that even if it's a broken item, you can still donate it. I can't use it for tax deduction purposes, but I can still donate it, and they'll recycle it, which is good. So, and that is this Big Mouth Billy Bass, this Starlight Spear. I never could get that to light up right. And then this is like a, those like sticky decal things that's like for your entire wall of Carl Edwards. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, I can't really tell if it's got, Fatheads is one of them that does the brand names of those, and I can't tell if it's a Fathead one or if it's just a generic brand one that does it. And so I can't really price it right, and then not to mention it's so long. There's no way to really ship it when it's that long, because I think that's even longer than the tubes that they have available at the post office to ship. So there we go. And then, of course, I've got some other cords to donate also as well. So those are kind of the highlights. Oh, and look! Shoes! Yay! They're in the donate pile as well. So my husband's being very helpful today with going through this stuff. I think he really realizes that I'm fed up and I really want to get this stuff out. So he's very helpful today. Of course, it does help that he's off today because it's a Sunday. So anyway, I'm going to get back to it and I'll give you another update here in a little bit. All right, it's been 2 more hours. This is what my donate pile looks like now. My trash pile has gotten bigger. Found another box of cords, which took up a lot of time in that 2-hour period. So even though it doesn't look like my donate pile got very big, my other stuff did. All right, so selling. I have this box full of selling items and this box full of selling items. So there you go. So, oh, and this bag here has 2 heavy winter coats also going to get sold on eBay. So we're making good eBay money, or potentially eBay money. So that part's good. And here is the closet so far. So we have more floor. Look at this. We almost have enough room to put that big old huge Christmas box in here, which is nice. So we are making progress. I just got to finish this box here, which I'm probably going to put off because it is memory stuff, like pictures and all that kind of stuff. And that's going to take some doing to get through. So we may wait till tomorrow to do that and just shift it to where that way I can put that box that I need to get in here. So there we go. I still have all of this left though, which obviously I'm not going to get to all of this today. There's no way. It's already 6-something in the evening. I'm going to be sitting down and having dinner here pretty soon. Oh, and I still have all of this up here too. So yeah, it's definitely going to be more than a one-day thing. But I did make really good progress in the floor area. I still have that box of games to go through. All of these were containers that are empty containers or things that I'm planning on hanging up when we get to the new house. I was going to hang it up in this house, but then all the stuff with my mother-in-law moving in and everything was kind of up in the air over where our room was going to end up at. So I didn't want to hang anything knowing that that was going to change. So instead it's been in my closet. So now I have it all organized in this one section, whereas before it was like all on this floor overlapping and making a big mess. So at least now it's organized in an area and I know where all my containers are if I need to get to them for anything. All right. All of this is craft stuff for the boys, so I just need to get another box to kind of organize it a little bit better because this box is already full. But this is for our yearly craft day for Christmas. And once I'm done with all of this decluttering and things, one of the things that I'm excited about is that I'll have more time. And so with the more time, I may be able to do more crafts with the boys more often. And so because of that, I wanted to have more of the craft stuff for them. And it also keeps me from having to buy some more supplies for this year's crafts. So I kept that in mind when it comes to that. I did get rid of a lot of my scrapbooking stuff. But I do know there's more up here that I still have to go through. So I still have all of these shelves still to go through as well. The important thing is trying to get the floor cleared out so that way I had room to put that big old box, you know, this big old box here, that big old one there. I've got to be able to put that back in to my closet, and right now, the way it looks right now, you really can't do that. But, or the way it looked when I started, rather. The way it looks now, we're almost there. You know, I just move a couple more things and I can slide it right into there. So, we're almost to that point. And so, my first goal will be achieved when that happens. I'll give you another update here in a little bit. Okay, I am calling it a night. I did get my goal. The box is in my closet. All right, these 2 bags here are ready for donations. That poster thing's ready for donations, and then I have 2 boxes here ready for donations. I found some glasses that I'm going to take down to Walmart. They're not tax deductible, so not a big deal. And of course, this bookcase will also be going. And I have a floor completely here, except for right there. That's where the chaos starts, is right at that line. Everything before it is either it's donations going to get out of here, or I don't know, stuff that's supposed to stay in here. That's what I guess I'm trying to say. I can't really think right now. All right. Oh, and the door. I meant to show you that. All that's left on it now is the belts that Terry wears. And the pile of shoes is gone. Look at that. The pile of shoes turned into 2 pairs of shoes. That's it. So that was cool. I guess that's it for today. Oh yeah, I meant to tell you my total was 27 items that are tax deductible. Obviously, I had a lot more to donate than the tax deductible items, so I'm going to be donating them anyway, and I forgot to count the bookcase, so that would be 28. I need to make sure I write that down. So 28 things that are tax deductible, at least off the software I was using to find that out. So, yeah. So this is where we're stopping. I have a ton of things still to sell that I found. I have 2 boxes full of things to sell, plus the horn of my daughter's, the French horn, plus the 2 coats that were outside of the boxes. I went through a lot of the games tonight, which took up some time, as well as I wanted to only keep the games that had all the pieces, which was very interesting at some points. And in actuality, the only game that didn't have all the pieces was a domino set, which was 2 sets of 15, but we were able to keep 1 set of 15, which is fine, because we could still play Mexican Train with that. And then the game of life was missing some pieces. The rest of the games, I found pieces that, if it was missing something, it wasn't something that kept you from being able to play the game. Like if a timer was missing or something like that, we can always use a timer on a phone, so no big deal. We do enjoy playing our board games whenever we have family game nights. Also, the kids like to grab a board game every now and then when they have friends over as well. So now all the board games are ready to go and play whenever anybody needs them. And that's in that box way back there, in case you were wondering what that box was. So, I still have all the shelves left to go through. I will probably start on that tomorrow, so that way I can easily say that one side of the closet is done, and then I would just have this side at that point, which still has a lot of stuff, but considering all the stuff I went through today, I think I can do it. So, I'll start again on this tomorrow, and we'll see what we get through then. Talk to you all later. Bye.